I'd like you to let us know what happened as if we haven't heard, because there are many people here tonight who were not here when you testified. What happened?
Praise the Lord. My name is Phoebe Beatrice. This is my son Paul Beatrice. I'm here to testify the glory of God because last time I am here, as Daddy said, my son called me once when he was in the school. He said that, Mommy, I want to tell you something, but I don't know how to put it because he's afraid, because he don't want anything that will break my heart. I said, say it, that's why I'm there for you. So he began to tell me that, Mommy, God is so wonderful. I said, what is it? He said, I am with my friend that we want to cross a small, just, let me say, a stream to cross to another river, to another, let me say, small village there. Then before they know it, not knowing that Fulani has set an ambush there. So before you know it, him and the friend, the Fulani attacked them there. Cover them there, they don't know what to do, they are confused. So the Fulani Herdsmen pulled them naked, him and his friend, naked them the way they came to this wall. So they were like accusing him because they are suspecting like maybe he's part of them because of this mark that he has. But they said that he should do this, our prayer, that is in their own way, the way we were saying our Father who art in heaven. So he said he is not a Muslim, he cannot do that one. So they are accusing him bitterly. So they point the gun. So the leader now was, why are you wasting your time? We have a long way to go. So all of them, they released the bullet, and the bullet, no one released on him. And then all the bullets remained silent.
They released their gun, they fired, and the gun could not fire.
Yes, none of the bullets even released from the gun. So he was like confused too, what happened. But according to him, he said that he was meditating. A small voice now whispered to him that your mother has paid your price. So just watch me because your mother has paid your price. So that's why last time I came to give God the glory, because he called me again. He said, Mommy, guess what? Those people, not knowing that they are looking for me since, but they couldn't find me. But they met me at the end of the day like, So one of them, he now noticed the ogre that attacked him last time. So he now called him by the side, saying, well, let us have 1-on-1. So he now shifted by the side with them. So they were like talking. He said, what happened? We have been looking for you for a very long time. He said, for what? He said, since that last time that we met you, and then we tried to shoot you, and then the gun remained silent. He said, still today, all those guns remain silent.
All those guns have not worked.
They are not working.
How many guns?
The guns actually, there are many, because they shared themselves like into division, because there were about more than the 15. But they were the 15 people that came down from the mountain, and they followed us. The rest went back thinking the 15.
Wow. And the 15 had guns.
They had guns, sir. They were holding GPMG. There were two. So the rest with their AK-47.
How many GPMG?
2 GPMG.
General purpose machine gun.
There were 2.
Look at it. That is the one that they just roll out in chains, automatic firing, non-stop. 2 GPMGs and others were AK-47. And what happened?
So they came, they chased us. That was when the people from the back, they were chasing us. So they whisper, and another people came down from us ahead of us from the mountain, and they came back. So the attack was at the front and at the back. So we just have to surrender. There was no way to run. So we just stood, and they came and they pulled us. They asked me to give. They collected our phone, my colleague's phone, and I gave them my own. I threw them because they told me I shouldn't come there. I should throw the phone. So I threw the phone. So the phone fell, and they pick up the phone. So later on now, there was a spirit of the fear that was in me. It later on disappeared. So I just stood up because I knew what they intended doing. So as I stood up naked, because they have already removed our clothes, but their intention was to butcher us. That was actually why they removed our clothes. So as I got up from the ground. So they tried, like the other person told me that I should go back, I should go down the floor. I refused going down the floor. So the other person, their organ came back saying, why are you wasting your time? You should just clear them, just shoot them. So that was his comment. So he cocked the gun and he tried the gun. He fired the gun. The gun was silent. He tried the gun was silent.
He tried again, it was silent.
It was silent, he tried again. So he was like taking the gun again. Another person came. He said, wait. You know the sorum bullet at Kinash. He came, he tried again, it was silent, he tried again. The other one came, as he tried, as he saw that the gun, his own too was silent. So the fear
came upon them. They tried more than once. He refused to fire.
They ran back up to the mountain.
They ran back up to the mountain. Wow. And then your mother told us later on they looked for you.
They looked for me, sir, because on Saturdays I study mineral and petroleum resource engineering. That is in Plateau State, Brekeladi. That is from the scholarship we got from this commission.
We is on scholarship from this commission, studying
mineral and petroleum resource engineering.
Mineral and petroleum
resource engineering.
Resource engineering at Brekeladi Polytechnic.
Yes, sir.
And on scholarship from this church, and so go on. God cannot use his money to invest in a man that is wasted by the devil. It's not possible.
So on Saturdays, I usually go to the minefield because that is the major occupation the people there, they do for living. So on Saturdays like that, I just, prior to my course, to the course I study, I usually go on Saturdays to the minefield. So I went to the minefield on Saturday. So I was there, then I saw their leader himself. He was there, and we were together with my friend, the colleague, the same person that they attacked us. So I told him, "Do you recognize this one?" He looked at him. Then he ran and he met him. Then he started like telling him, "Do you recognize me?" He said, "No, he didn't recognize me." It was when he turned, he saw me. He said, "It's this one that I recognize." So he called me. As he called me, so he took me down nearby a riverside. As we were in the riverside, by the riverside. So he started telling me, he said, since then, the encounter we had, up to now the rifles are not working.
The rifles are not working?
Yes, sir. That the rifles were not working. I should try all my possible best to see. They will bring back my phone. And that is my phone that they collected from me. They will bring back the phone. So I should wait for them by the riverside there. They will go and bring the rifles there. Then I will do that charm that I did, that held the gun.
Let him do the charm on the rifle so the rifle can start working.
So I told them actually it wasn't charm. That was it. It was Jesus Christ. That is, it was God himself that did that. So it's like they were confused completely. Like, why would I tell them it's Jesus Christ? They were like murmuring between themselves. What is this one talking? What they insisted it was a charm. I told them this is not a charm.
Wow.
I told them it wasn't a charm. So the recent one now, this is just 1 week before I come here.
Just a week before you came now.
Yes, sir. I met with the leader when I was inside the town. So he looked for me, he looked for me. He never knew where he could get me through my contact, because I don't have the phone was with them. So I met him. He was like going home. Actually, I don't know where he's going, but I know he's going to the bush, because that is where they stay. So I recognized him, because it was like almost it was almost like a nocturnal period. That's in the night. So I called. So he turned and he looked at me. He said, "Haba, why are you doing this?" He said he had been looking for me, but his problem is just for my phone. He want to handle over my phone. So I told him, I told him, wait, there was an incident that happened, because there was a time, during the time that they called me, I didn't, sorry sir, excuse me, I didn't tell of this one. Because when I came back to meet them in the stream, they gave me date. They gave me date that I should meet them in the street. I told them I cannot, because my lecture will not permit me. So maybe if I'm done with my lecture, or any time I have, I feel like I can go there, and if we meet, fine. If we don't meet, fine. That is not what took me there. So I got a chance. I went there, was because we were having lectures around 12 o'clock. So I decided to rush there to see. So I rushed, and we met together with them. Sorry, that was the earlier. Sorry, that was the previous one. I rushed. We didn't meet. On my way going, we started hearing gunshot that lasted for about 6 hours. So all of us, we ran back. As we ran back, we waited for the military men. Then the military men intervened. As the military men intervened, so we went and we followed back the military men. We went, and their corpses, I saw almost 3 of them.
3 of them that wanted to kill you.
Yeah,
their corpses were on ground.
They were on ground.
After the military had intervened.
Yes, sir. They were on ground. So it was last week that I met with their Oga. So as the Oga saw me, he removed his trouser and he showed me the bullet that he escaped. Because I told him, why is it? How comes? Because the rest of your colleagues, I saw their corpses on ground. What happened? So he told me that it was in between themselves, that the problem, that they got misunderstanding in between themselves, and they just started shooting themselves.
Started shooting themselves.
They wasted themselves. It was only him that escaped.
Only him escaped.
That escaped the bullet, and he told me that definitely he will bring. It was just an emergency that the call was. That was why I would have waited for him to see how we were going, because he told me that for sure when he comes back, he'll bring my phone, and he has to submit to the powers. That was what he told me.
Submit to the powers.
Yes.
That is the power of Jesus Christ. Anybody who will not let this country rest, they will waste themselves. Won't you stand up and let us pray that prayer? They will waste themselves.